Hi y'all, Jordan Shalacy here with Junco Realty Group, bringing you the very last in today's videos. I ran over time, so I had to take my kids to school. Look how flush, is that called flushed? I'm so flushed. That's from walking my kids to school. Okay, so, and I upset one of my children. So I am going to record another video for y'all later because Scarlett was not able to be in any of the videos. We walked out, she goes, "What are you doing?" We're like, "Recording videos," and she instantly got super upset. So we're going to do a video talking about the neighborhood and their school because they love their school so much. So how to choose the right village in the Woodlands for you. So these are going to be a whole bunch of questions you need to ask yourself. So the things you need to remember when you're looking at homes. How far, so number one, how far do you want to be from the front of the Woodlands? Maybe in someone else's case, maybe how far do you want to be from the back of the Woodlands? So from the front to the back of the Woodlands is about 15-ish minutes depending on traffic. Now, if you're just going straight 1488 or a different road, then it might not be as long, but like Woodlands Parkway and Lake Woodlands, those are going to be about 15 minutes. So the front of the Woodlands is where you're going to find the town center. That's where your main shopping hub is going to be. Now at the back of the Woodlands, you still have shopping centers. So like 2978 and 1488, this is the back of the Woodlands. There's an awesome shopping center back here with Target. You have a ton at the front though. So the front of the Woodlands is what is the town center. This is where all of your entertainment's going to be. We still have, each village has a town center, so you still have a commercial hub in every single village, but the front of the Woodlands is where you're gonna do most of your shopping, most of your restaurants, and then scattered throughout our churches and dentist office and things like that. So, and the schools are scattered all throughout as well. So most middle school and elementary school, you will be able to walk. So that's really accommodating, just like I did this morning and got this lovely red face. So number two, do you want to be in Montgomery County or Harris County? This is important to some people, but not important to others. Montgomery County is more conservative. It is more relaxed on certain laws. So, and then I think the taxes are a tiny bit better. So that's one thing to keep in mind. The only portion of the Woodlands that's in Harris County is the Tomball portion, if I'm not mistaken, and that is Tomball ISD. I love Tomball ISD. I love Creekside Park. So Creekside Park is the newest village of the Woodlands, so I don't think you should rule it out, but I do have a couple families that are like, we want to be in Montgomery County, so that definitely dictates where they can live. Number three, how new of a house do you seek? Most of the Woodlands is older homes. You're going to find newer in Creekside Park and Sterling Ridge, and then some in Alden Bridge. So kind of like the outskirts is where you're going to find the newer stuff. You can search by age of home. I personally wouldn't do that because we've had tons of renovations, but if you want new construction, the Woodlands might not be the right city for you. So we have tons of nearby cities. My favorite top pick is Wood Forest. I do like Grand Central Park. Woodson's Reserve I love. But there's a handful of others, but you just have to debate, like if you're attached to new construction, the Woodlands might not be the right place for you. I personally think as long as you're 20 minutes or less from the Woodlands, you're going to be really happy. Number four, what is your budget? So every village has a different budget. Some of them have a wider budget than others. Some have a high concentration at the top. So that's one thing to keep in mind, like what is budget? So talking with a realtor and a lender is probably the first step for you when you're trying to figure out what's the right village for you. Do you want to be in a gated section? So we don't have a ton of gated sections of the Woodlands, but I'll link to a blog post down below talking about the gated sections in and around the Woodlands. You have a 55 plus section that's gated. You have two sections that are Carlton Woods that are gated. And you have a handful of other ones, but they're going to be at higher price points. So if you are looking for gated, be prepared to spend the upper end of 700 plus. Number six, there are some villages with the large price range, and I kind of spoke about that already, but some people, if they're buying a $700,000 house, they don't want to be close to $300,000 house. So just know some of the villages have wider price ranges. Alden Bridge, Sterling Ridge, Creekside Park, Cochran's Crossing are all really, really popular. Those are probably the most popular of all of the villages. 8, price really does drive your options, as well as size of home and size of yard. So if you want a larger backyard, that's definitely something I recommend putting into the computer from day one when you're doing your search, because I don't want you to fall in love with something that's not 100% what you're looking for. I know sometimes you have to make compromises, but just make sure you're making them in the right area. Number 9, less density when it comes to trees in Creekside Park. So know that the Woodlands, there are tons of trees and things are hidden, but if you're looking for more openness, Creekside Park is where you're going to find that. We switched developers for Creekside Park, so the Woodlands was sold and Creekside Park was developed by the newer corporation. It was actually bought to be a lake. Isn't that cool? But it is not a lake. By George Mitchell. I have tons of books about the Woodlands. I love learning about the Woodlands. Number 10, the newest amenities are in Creekside Park, but all of the amenities in the Woodlands are shared amenities. So no matter what village you're in, you will still have access to other amenities. If you want access to swimming pools, you pay a small fee every single year. I love all of the swimming pools throughout the Woodlands. Each one has something different to offer. Tamaron is in Katy, Tamaron is in the Woodlands. Tamaron has an amazing park. It's probably people's favorite park, but Creekside in general has my favorite park. Sterling Ridge has some really good ones as well. And then the front of the Woodlands. So like my favorite park, I have 2. I love the Town Green Park and I love North Shore Park. Did I not put North Shore Park on here? Oh, there we go, in North Shore Park. Those are my 2 favorite parks, but the Woodlands is walking, so all of the Woodlands has walkability. There are walking trails, biking trails. They're hidden behind the trees, but they're all throughout the Woodlands, so I think that makes it really safe and really fun. Each village has a town center. Some are nicer than others, so Sterling Ridge, Creekside Park has the nicest, and then Town Center is the nicest, and then behind that would be Sterling Ridge, I love, and Indian Springs. They have a couple right next to each other. So at Kirkendall and Woodlands Parkway, there are 3 different quadrants of shopping centers, and I really like that because Trader Joe's is right there. But then at the front you have the Whole Foods and Hughes Landing, and that's really awesome as well. So every single village has its own town center, so you'll find doctor's offices, dentist, dry cleaner, and then churches are scattered throughout, as well as the schools. Number 12, proximity to lake has some bearing on price point. So that's just something I want y'all to keep in mind. The closer you are to the lake, sometimes the more expensive it is, but then there are obviously like apartments scattered around that offer more affordability. So how to choose the right village in the Woodlands, Texas, those are main things to keep in mind. If you are looking for a realtor to help you with your relocation, please reach out to me. Whether you're local or not, I would still love to help you. I am all over the place now because this is the last video. Well, except the one we have to do after school. So next steps. All of my contact information is below, so please reach out to me. I have tons of amazing downloads below, as well as the maps. I can link to the maps or I can mail them to you. So I love this one. This is the one that has all of the, so the other one was Houston, and then this is all of the villages. I have, my favorite thing I have right now are the relocation guides. So relocating to the Woodlands. The Woodlands I have a couple ebooks on as well. And then moving to Texas, I have this huge ebook that talks about every single popular neighborhood. That one's amazing if you don't know where you want to live. But Jordan Schlacey, Joe & Co Realty Group, if you're thinking about relocating, I really hope you reach out to me. I ended up being the #1 realtor for relocation in the Woodlands and Montgomery County last year. In Houston, I was probably top 40, and in Texas, I was top 201. So I was 201 in all of Texas. So I really know my stuff. I really, really think it's important that you work with someone knowledgeable that cares about the outcome. So it is so insanely important for me that you plant your roots in the right soil. So Jordan Schlacey, Joe & Co Realty Group. All of my contact information is down below. I hope you reach out to me. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.